Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Serbs, La Merca Superior, Palace 81, numero 41. We missed one. How did we miss one? We really should be on episode 47. But somewhere down the line, I had this whole idea I should dedicate one of the podcast episodes to the market value and the market and the whole, like, what it is to have value in the market, which we're not going to do just yet. I'll probably save that for a later date, later time. But right now, we're just going to do a little something different, man, because you better call Serbs. Why you better call Serbs? Well, you got to listen, bruh. Over the weekend, something happened with my car. Something happened with a misfire in the head gasket, so we went to get it looked at. And it's going out, bro. My car, I just bought it in December, and it already took a shit on me. So we gotta get a new fucking whip, bro. And it's fucking sad, because I love this little Prius, bro. It's a really nice gas saver. It's a really neat little car. Got great miles on it. Got a 4-disc CD changer, so I load 4 fucking albums up in there. And that's the thing that these people missed nowadays, is everybody wants instant gratification. They want to have the aux ready and just play their fucking bullshit all day. When it's like, man, back in the day, you fucking had one CD player, or even before that, you just had a cassette tape player, and then even before that, you had the 8-track. Now, fucking, I'm gonna need a new whip, and I'm super sad that the 4-disc CD changer shit is it really reminded me of the 6 CD changer that I had, Sony stereo. I really wish I had kept that and just got new speakers, because it was a really dope, really fucking feedman stereo that I had. And it's just dope, bro, how you could just have 4 or 6 albums just going and going and going. I had, Max B, CNN. I had, at one point, in my other car, I had, our shit. I had PNM. I think PNM was the only album that I would really play in my car, just to see how it would sound. And the mix sounded like fucking shit, bro, because I didn't know how to mix for nothing. So with the Prius that I have, I got to get just for them to inspect it and shit and get it looked at, it was $4,000. With the whole total and all that, it'll probably be around like $8,000. I'd just rather get a new car. So it's really sad, you know what I mean, that, my baby, gotta let go of my baby. Really, really, really sad. And fucking, I had all kinds of oil spilled in the trunk. I had Voodoo Love copies in the trunk. I have my little Virgin Mary Santa right there in the car. And all that shit is thrown out the window, man. I'm going to get a used vehicle, you know what I mean? Because money is tight right now. Everything is going up like a stripper's ass on fucking Figaro. And it just sucks, man, that everything's going up. I was just at the store today, and I bought a pound of pollo and shit. Or if you don't know, of chicken. I bought a pound of chicken, 2 pounds of chicken. That shit was $10. I'm like, what the fuck? I remember when chicken was $3 a pound. Chicken thighs, a pound and a half is like $8. It's just fucking wild, bro. How everything is going up. Nothing's going down. gas is thank God it's fucking coming down, but I don't see gas being no less than 450 from now on, because I remember when 450 was like the high in the summer, but thanks to Putin and all this political bullshit going on, I don't see the price of gas being no lower than 450 anytime, anywhere. I remember when the pandemic first started, it was like $1.50 a gallon, bro. If we could get the economy back to $1.50, I mean, shit has to be all the way fucked up, but I'm just saying, I never thought in my lifetime I would see $1.50 for gas or whatever it was. It was around there. It was like around $1.50, $1.60 a gallon for gas. But that was because nobody was driving. Nobody was on the road. Everyone was at home. That's why the price of gas dropped. And now the price skyrocketed. So that's just a whole nother political bullshit that we have to endure, because these fucking dickheads are with their puppetry bullshit. So I'm really sad that, and then the fucking car market, I'm really sad that I have to get a new car, and then the car market is all fucked up because now the demand for cars is so high and the supply of cars is so little. How the fuck does that happen? How is gas through the roof and then we have limited supply of cars? Cars are always going to be in demand, bruh. So why is there no fucking supply for it? That shit is fucking insane. A fucking car, a little shitty ass fucking new car that you want now is around 30 grand. Why? A fucking, not even like a luxury car, fucking a SUV, something like that, 90 grand, bro. Are you fucking shitting me right now, bro? That's like a third of a house. That's a quarter of a house, bro. This is some fucking bullshit. This is some fucking bullshit, bro. And I really am about to close my window right now before I beat somebody the fuck up, because I don't know how long these neighbors have been doing construction for. It's probably been like a year now. And it's really pissing me off that I really got to talk about some shit that I'm passionate about. And I have the in the background. And I'm like, you know what? I'm about to go into savage mode like 21 Savage. I'm in savage mode. I'm in savage mode. I'm in fucking savage mode right now, because this shit between fucking the skyrocketing of chicken prices, Pringle prices, and all this shit is really, guys, y'all done got Big Serbies. You got Big Serbies fucked up right now. I mean, you really do. I go to the fucking market. Bolillo used to be a dime, bro, for a piece of bread. Bolillo's like 60 cents now, bro, 50 cents. What the fuck is going on, bro? I really have no idea what the fuck is going on. But before I explode on somebody, before I leave this bitch, let's go somewhere else. So, Saturday, you know what I mean? I went for my walk. I think, did I go with the dog? I might have went with I don't think I went with the dog. I went by myself because, you know, my dog, he has sensitive paws and shit, and he constantly licks his paws. It's really sad, bro. He has allergies and shit, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it started as like anxiety, like he just licks his paws out of anxiousness or whatever you call it, and then it actually became a problem with his paws. But definitely he does have sensitive paws, and he constantly licks his paws and he bites them and shit, and it's heartbreaking to me, bro, because I really like it. Just imagine seeing like your brother or your kid or something like that. They're constantly itching and scratching themselves like a fucking crackhead, and it scares me, bro, because I really don't. You have no control over it. It's not like you could, like, we went to the vet already and they gave him some kind of like probiotic shampoo, but that don't really do dick. You know what I mean? It's like you can't give him a bath every day because it dries his fur coat out. So basically you're limited to fucking these bullshit ass remedies that don't really help the dog for shit. And now my dog over here, he's scratching, his paws are red. He has fucking scabs on his shit. And it really makes me want to shoot somebody. Like, to be honest, like, I want to stab the first person I see that talks shit about, for whatever reason, man. It really got me on edge because I have to go through this bullshit. But I guess people, I hate when people are like, well, people have it worse. It's like, fuck that, bruh. Fuck people who have it worse too. Because I'm over here with my bullshit, and then now you want to convolute that with other people's problems that you fucking have no idea what about. So shut the fuck up for a second, alright? Because right now, I'm talking about a very serious subject. The dog is sacred to me, and if a dog ain't sacred to you, you're not fucking feeding your dogs. I remember my fucking, my uncle, I went to go see him over there by Bell. And he's got a beautiful pit bull, bruh. A beautiful, nice female pit bull. I don't know if it's a blue nose, red nose, purple nose. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's just a beautiful dog. But the dog has no fucking water in his bowl. Who knows when he fed, the last time he fed the fucking dog. And he's got him caged like a fucking Vietnam fucking POW and shit. And I'm like, yo, every time I go there, I'm like, yo, the dog needs water. It shouldn't take your cousin or your nephew to be like, yo, the dog needs water for you to take care of your dog. Why don't you just fucking open the gate and let the pit bull go free? Because you're fucking killing this shit slowly by having it as a prisoner in the fucking... You don't even got a front yard, bro. You just got like a fucking little street, bro. You got it on the side of the street. Like, and then the chickens and the roosters, they're fucking walking around free as a bird. And then you got the dog chained up right there, all in the chain link and the cage and shit. I honestly feel like going in the middle of the night and just stealing that shit, bruh, and then fucking finding it a home somewhere or taking it to the animal shelter or the rescue and then fucking going the next day and fucking saying I want to buy it or adopt it or whatever the fuck it is. Because the thing with dogs, bro, you need to take care of your dogs. The way I see it is if you don't take care of your dog, this is like super karma, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Because that bullshit, I don't have enough time. Like, you got enough time, bro. Like, between the making music, podcasts, and the work and all the shit I do, I fucking find time to walk my dog, feed my dog, give it fresh water every day. And for you to just be, like, on some bullshit about it, I want to sell my dog. I bet you do. I bet you do want to fucking sell your dog. But guess what? Your dog ain't going to be worth shit when it fucking has all these diseases and shit. It's malnourished and all this shit. No one's going to want to fucking buy a dog like that. And then that's on you. And then you're going to want to put it down to something. Then I'm going to feel like I'm to put your ass down. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry for going on a rant real quick. But over the weekend on Saturday, me and my pop, we went to this Jamaican spot in P-Town, Pomona City. And P-Town, man, I fucking love P-Town, bro. The home of the Crips and pimps and bitches and broads, you know what I mean? It's the real guys, you know. Well, not the real guys, but it's just like the fucking, my tia, you know, she stays, I don't know if she still stays in P-Town. I'm pretty sure she does. But, you know, I grew up, in some sense, a few summers in Pomona with my cousin, just my family in general. And I remember my tío stayed there. At one point, it was my tia Patty, my tia Becky, my cousin Candace, my tío Angel, his daughter Aquila, all staying in that one little ass fucking 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom fucking house in the alley in Pomona off of, you know, I'm not going to say the street, but I remember we made 795. We made 795 in the garage over there in Pomona. So I just have a lot of fucking great history to talk about Pomona. I could go for days about Pomona. My sister and me, we used to pick up weed in Pomona. I got a homie who was Pomona Crip. I don't know what set, but shout out to all the Pomona Crips out there. If there's any Bloods out there, shout out to the Pomona Bloods out there. If there's any fucking Pomona Treses out there, shout out to the Pomona Treses out there. I don't know the politics of this shit. I'm just trying to give y'all a picture that I fuck with Pomona. My tío stays out there. So it's a lot of history. So we went to this Jamaican spot in downtown. I was thinking, when you look at it, it's like, it says Jamaican market. So I'm going in there thinking fucking it's a market. It's not. It's a restaurant. And then in the back, there's a fucking little, you know, like a one aisle section where they have like jerk chicken season. They got yams. They got bananas. They have Jamaican ginger beer and all this other shit. Black beans. They just have mostly like spices and grains and things for Jamaican cuisines. And I already knew from the jump I wanted to get a Jamaican patty. I wanted to get a beef patty. I wanted to get jerk chicken because prior to this, I never had Jamaican food. My parents went to Jamaica, but all they had was jerk chicken. I couldn't believe my pop when he was telling me he never had a beef patty. I'm like, you never had a fucking beef patty? And you were in Jamaica, bruh? You was in the motherland and you didn't have a fucking beef patty? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? And we were just over there. Really cool. You could tell that it's kind of like a family affair. Like if it was like the daughter working in the fucking in the front, you know, the uncle or the father was in the kitchen, and then the mother was like the manager or something like that. So real kind of like family vibes restaurant. Some Chinos were in there, so I really didn't know Pomona had a Chino population. To keep it real with y'all, I thought Pomona was black and Latino. That's what I really thought Pomona was, but it looked like a Chino was in, and I probably shouldn't say that. I probably say an Asian American, because that's, you know, if you don't say Asian American or anything politically fucking incorrect or something like that, they're gonna come after you. They're gonna send the dogs on you, and they're gonna come with pitchforks and torches like Shrek and shit like that. But I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? If it was a Chino, it was a fucking Chino, and he went over the fuck there. He ordered, you know, probably a plate of rice and beans or whatever the fuck he got. And it looked like he dined and dashed, bro. It looked like he straight up just ate and walked out. I was like, okay, whatever. Some dude walked in there, Bada Pacifico, drank that shit and bounced. That was kind of borracho shit, you know what I mean? I'm glad I stopped drinking, because that shit just looks weird when you just come into a restaurant. It's not a bar. They have a bar there, but it's a fucking restaurant. This fool drank a beer and left like some drunk ass fool. Like, I don't know what it was, but they got the patties on deck. They had the curry chicken, they had the jerk chicken, the beef, and they had some other shit. I think they even had like an oxtail patty, or I might be wrong. But that's one thing I also want to try as well. The oxtail. I've never had oxtail, so why not get a oxtail at a Feed Me fucking Jamaican spot? The beef patties were bomb. Actually, I had a beef patty scratch, you know. I have had Jamaican food, but it was frozen. The Golden Crust frozen beef patties from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree, they have frozen beef patties. I think I've had the beef patties and the veggie patties, but to be honest, man, I didn't really like the beef. The beef patties tasted kind of like meh, like they got preservatives or some shit like that. Something about the patties over there at Golden Crust, the frozen ones, I don't know what it is, bro. There's something about it. Maybe it's the MSG or some shit like that, GSP or whatever the fuck it is. It just don't really taste that good. You know what I mean? But the beef patties I'm debating whether, because I already made a video about it, so I don't. You know, I'm just gonna big up the spot. It's Hilltop Jamaican Restaurant in Pomona. It's right there off of Gary in downtown Pomona. It's right down the street from the Fox Theater, where I saw Tyler the Creator and Earl Sweatshirt play. Probably one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life. Top 2. Probably, yeah, like in the top 2 or 3 shows I've ever been to. It's right down there from the Fox Theater, from the Glass House. It's on the corner. It's a really feed 'em spot. You can't miss it unless you're a fucking blind ass fool. We had beef patties. The beef patties were orange. They were nice and flaky, which reminds me, I gotta put them shits in, the little airtight baggies and shit, so they don't go stale. They're probably a little stale right now, so after this, I'm probably gonna run over there, put them in the bag. We got 2 beef patties and a curry and a jerk chicken patty to go. So I can't wait to give y'all a review on my Herbs and Serbs. If you didn't know, like, share, comment, subscribe, Herbs and Serbs. We're doing videos every Thursday. I'm doing videos every Thursday. When I say we is as in you and me, the listener, you know what I mean? So I always want to incorporate the audience, you know what I mean? I don't want to be one of these dickheads that me, I, yo, you know what I mean? It's kind of like me and you. It's an experience. Whenever you listen, whenever you watch the content, it's a me and you thing, bro. I don't ever want people to feel like Big Serbs is going Hollywood, or I think that I'm the shit like that. I am the shit like that, but you know what I mean? I want to engage with the audience. So the beef patty was fucking fire at the Jamaican spot. I'll give it like an 8.4, just thinking back to it, because I don't want to give it a 9 right away. It was a phenomenal beef patty, but that's the first one, so I want to give it a harsher, lower score just for the fact that it's my very first one. But it was phenomenal. If I've never had a beef Golden Crust, I give it like a fucking 6.2. Just I haven't had the Golden Crust frozen beef patty in fucking I don't know how long. Probably more than a year. the fresh Jamaican beef patty, you could tell they made it there, handmade. Fucking awesome golden or it was like an orange too. It wasn't even yellow. Like the golden crust is yellow versus what they had was orange, like a dark orange. Very delicious crust, very spicy, flavorful beef in the patty. Just a great delicious patty. If you've never had one, you should definitely go check it out in Pomona. Then I had rice, steamed spinach, which I've never had. I never had steamed spinach. That was bomb. Jerk, 3 little pieces of jerk chicken with the sauce, and 2 fried plátanos, which I've never had. Fried plátanos, bomb, bro. Like I've never had a dish so delicious. I never tore a dish like that up in my life. Yeah, you know, you'll go to new spots here and there. You know what you're gonna get, either a cheeseburger or a pizza, and you don't really like it. Bro, I ate every single crumb off of that plate, bro. Rice is rice, yeah. Nothing's really special about jasmine rice. Jasmine rice is phenomenal. It's a 10 out of 10. Fucking Gordon Ramsay reviews. But the steamed cabbage was just fucking amazing. I never even had did I say steamed cabbage? They had steamed cabbage, but I had steamed spinach. Steamed spinach was phenomenal. And everything went with everything. The jerk chicken went well with the spinach, the plátano, the rice. Everything complemented each other so nicely. I never, when you look at the food shit on YouTube, like when you look at Mark Wayne's or whatever other YouTubers, they break it down, or even like what's that dude on the travel channel, where he eats like scorpions and shit like that, Andrew Zimmerman. I don't know if that was his name, or Finding Foods. I really don't know what the show was called. I'm forgetting right now. But when you look at shit like No Reservations and all that shit, and you're like, man, this food fucking looks bomb, but you never have it. This was one of the things where it looked bomb, it smelled bomb, and it was bomb. Like, as a whole dish, bro, I'll give it a solid 9, bro. And I've never had no Jamaican food before. And I'm going to put it up there, bro. It was a solid 9. The jerk chicken was crazy. The only really quarrels I have with the dish was that there wasn't enough jerk chicken, I feel like, on my plate. But the fried plátanos tasted like straight up like dulce, like fucking bomb ass, like verdura dulce or fruta dulce or whatever the fuck you want to say it. Just bomb, bro. I literally saved the plátanos for last because it was just like the perfect dessert to go with the meal, and it was even part of the meal. So I really do want to explore my palate, travel, go see La Piranha, and fucking, I think he's from the Bronx, South Bronx, and have the cueritos and the mofongo over there, because I seen that shit on Vice. Hilltop Jamaican spot, man, you really do got a fan, man. I'm definitely going to be going there. I don't know when, because that place was kind of pricey. I mean, for like 6 Jamaican patties and 2 plates, it was like $85, which was like, eesh, that was kind of like, that was really like really sad to look at, that was it hurt, you know what I mean? My wallets in my pockets was like, damn, bro, it's really dropping $85 on a fucking on a 2-person meal. It's not even a family meal, bro. But that's what I'm saying, man. You gotta cook for yourself. Everything's going up, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I really gotta learn how to cook it for myself. But like I was telling my father, I wondered what kind of style this is, because when you go to Mexico and you eat tacos, you think, oh, these are Mexican tacos. It's like, no, different parts of Mexico have different styles. Some have tortillas de harina, flour. You have tortillas de maíz. You have corn. You have different styles. Different parts of Mexico have different dishes. So I was telling my pop, I wonder what kind of part of Jamaica that these dishes are from, because it's all regional. So I was telling them, I wonder if it's like the south side of Jamaica, the north side, east side, west side, because it was bomb. I never seen beef patties that were orange. Usually it's kind of like yellow from what I understand, but nonetheless, I give it a solid 9. Hilltop Jamaican spot, definitely going back. So that was Saturday. We was doing a lot of running around. I was looking for the Hot Ones Pringles, the limited time first week feast Hot Ones, the chicken wing shit, the chicken wing flavored Pringles. They said they sold them exclusively at Circle K, but I already know, bro, over here, I don't think we're going to get them. And I think Complex I think their building is in LA, at least the one that they do hot ones in. I'm pretty sure it's in LA. And I'm not going to drive to a Circle K in LA just for some fucking Pringles that might not even be there. Because when we went to the Pringles spot off of Central, they was not there. All they had was the Super Max size fucking Pringles. And that was not good, bro. I was really looking forward to fucking getting some Hot Ones Pringles, which I didn't fucking end up getting, which was really sad for me. And I wanted to kick it, but there was so much shit that we had to do that I barely even like got to relax with my pop. Like I really like with my father, you know what I mean? I want to spend more time with him and shit because he just gets so busy, you know what I mean? And that's the thing with people. People want to party, they want to fucking do all this shit. And me, that's cool if you want to do that, but bruh, like I really want to spend as much time with my father as I can because my mom, you know what I mean? She really prioritizes herself over everything. Like my mom is like super narcissistic in that she always talks about herself. Everything is like fucking about her, revolves around her world. And I really don't want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk shit about my mom, but that's just kind of like what it is, bro. Like, and I love my mom and there's no hard feelings. Like, I don't want to like this come off like if I'm talking shit about my mom, but straight up, bro, like when it comes to like your family, bro, you should kind of be more mindful. You should kind of like know when you're talking a little bit too much and give other people the floor. Like she'll ask me, you know what I mean? Like, how was your day? What's going on? And as soon as I answer, oh yeah, you know, like that one time with fucking Maurice and fucking, you know what I mean? Me and Maurice, and then as we're talking, you know, me and Maurice, and then fucking some dickhead over here, da 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 da, and then she just keekeeps talking and talking and talking and talking. And it's just like, wow, bro, is there like an off button on you? Like, is there like, and bruh, believe me, I try to be like, mom, you're talking too much, or like, can someone else like speak? Or like, a conversation is, between two people is one person speaks, the other listens. Once that person is done speaking, the person who was listening starts speaking, the person who was speaking starts listening. That's not how conversations work with my mom. She just talks and talks and talks and talks. And it's really got me angry at this point, bro, because this conversation is not even about my mom. But I love my mom regardless. That's how she is. That's how I'm going to have to fucking deal with her. But that's her, right? My pops, on the other hand, you know, my pops never was like really emotionally available for me. I got abandonment issues. So anytime that I could just kick it with my pop, we could do something, watch something. You know, I'm trying to take advantage of that because, you know, me and my pop, we've been through like some real personal shit. Like fucking, he's had like health issues and shit like that. And I've really had to like tend to him. So I really cherish the times I was able to spend with my father because other than being a baby when he was a hurt, I never really spent that much time with my pop. You know what I mean? Like when people say like, you know, they never had their father in their lives. In some sense, I relate to them because like my father's always had to work. He's always had to do shit. And we never really had time to like forge a real bond, you know, and it's, you know, I really cherish that when I spend time with him. Instead of fucking kicking it with my pops the whole Saturday, like I would have liked to, like we should have, we fucking spent a lot of it fucking buying groceries, and this shit pissed me off. Like we had brunch together, and then after that it was just driving and fucking just buying shit that we didn't even need, bro, at Costco and shit. So that's what I'm talking about, man. Like y'all like should really like think about prioritize each of your family members equally instead of thinking of your wife or your girlfriend or something like that and just thinking about them, bro, because it costs to be blind. You know what I mean? As weird as that sounds, you know, when you have so much focus and attention on one thing, you're not giving your other things priority. When you're always prioritizing one thing, something's gonna fuck up. Like whether it's you pay attention to one car and then your bike fucks up or something like that, or if you're only paying attention to one thing in your car, like the engine, then the fucking motor fucks up, or the fucking coolant fucks up, or the head gasket fucks up. Something's gonna fuck up down the line because you over here thinking you're trying to be super laser focused on one thing and you take the eye off the ball, off the other shit. And don't do that, man. You gotta balance. Everything is about a balance. I always say, man, life is about balance. There's always gonna be shit that needs attention to, but you can't just drop everything for this one fucking thing. You gotta be realistic about shit. And Sunday, you know, it was my fucking mom's off day, and so obviously she fucking spent every fucking second with my father. Well, my pops, you know, he takes my grandma every Sunday because my grandma, her health, you know, my grandma, she's like losing her memory and shit like that, and she's getting up there in age. So my father is spending every Sunday morning with her, taking her to church and shit like that. By the time he comes back, it's noon, and then my mom fucking just uses that time to talk about herself the whole time with my father, and it pisses me off, and I don't want to be around them. So fucking I just get ready for the podcast and do this shit. It's just lame, bro. Like, don't like why do people have to rob other people of like their fucking peace, bro? I don't understand what it is. And I know my mom doesn't want to do it on purpose, and if you don't think you're doing it on purpose, you should just kind of like reassess shit, because I've been in that situation too where I think like, you know, I'm not disturbing anyone's peace, and I have and shit like that. But it's just growing and maturing through life, and just seeing, you know, you got to be considerate of other people. You know, life ain't about you all the fucking time. You got to be really on your shit, because it's super easy to just fucking think you're not doing shit and just be caught up in yourself, that you're not realizing that you're hurting the people around you just by being a selfish fucking prick. Not saying that's my mom, even though it's like 1% of that, or like 99% of that, but it's just like, you know what I mean? You just gotta fucking look out for other people, you know what I mean? And stop being a selfish ass motherfucker, you know what I mean? No one likes a greedy motherfucker. We had Better Call Saul, the second episode, over Monday. Today, they're gonna have the third episode. I can't wait. I got them queued up for the DVR. Gonna record them in so I can watch them whenever, but probably not. The first episode, we had Kim and Jimmy. Our first part of the 6th season ended with Lalo killing Howard. And spoiler alert, if you didn't know already, if you're not watching Better Call Saul, spoiler, Lalo kills Howard, and Lalo basically tells Jimmy that he needs him to drive over and shoot Gus at his house. And this was a fucking phenomenal. The 2 episodes that came out are fucking awesome. They just reveal a lot about the story. You know, these weren't boring ass episodes. These were pretty good episodes for the second part. Jim insists that Kim do it. Kim directly goes to the house like if she was gonna do it. Lalo ties Jimmy up and covers his mouth with tape, bounces. Kim points the gun at the door, rings the doorbell, points the gun at the door. Mike, he grabs the gun, pushes her in the house. They put Kim on a chair, and Mike asks what's going on. And Kim spills the beans on Lalo and says that she was going to kill Kim and Jimmy if they didn't kill Gus in an hour. So it was all like on some timely shit. And basically Kim said, you know, that they had to kill Gus. So Mike and his guys, they go out. And I think they were, they go back to the apartment. And when they go back to the apartment, you find Jimmy. He's on the floor. And he tells him that Lalo had already left. Lalo goes to the laundromat that is above the secret fucking meth lab that fucking Gus was building that you see in Breaking Bad. Which was really dope, man. I just really love how, like, everything is like I love stories like that where it's like, ABC 1, 2, 3. This happens, that happens, and this happens. I don't like where it's like there's a fucking extra scene where 2 fucking idiots are having coffee or eating. And it's like, what the fuck is this, bro? Let's just get to the story. You know what I mean? Gus had a hunch that Lalo would be there at the laundromat. Looking back at it, you could tell that Gus wanted to kill Lalo himself. He had the revolver already ready in the secret laboratory. So Lalo was already there at the laundromat. Gus goes over there. Lalo sneaks up and kills Gus's man, points the gun at Gus, and he's recording it on a fucking cheap ass VCR, because this has to be like, either in the it probably is like early 2000s, like 2005 or some shit like that. And he's recording for Don Eladio. Fucking, then he has Gus take him to the entrance of the secret underground laboratory, shoots Gus, and I was like, what? And he was wearing a bulletproof vest. So, I mean, in reality, bruh, it would have broke skin and would have hit him, and he definitely would have need to fucking go to the medic, right? But this is fucking obviously a show. So Gus took the hit like Superman, and he's like, his breath is taken back. He takes Lalo into the laboratory. Lalo kicks him down the last couple bits of stairs. Gus gets up, and Lalo's talking all this kinds of shit on the camera, and Gus tells him what he thinks about him or some shit like that, and he talks all kinds of shit like that they're jackals and they're greedy cocksuckers and all this shit. And Lalo is like, are you done? And Gus is like, no. Kicks like the power cord. All the power goes out in the laboratory. Lalo starts shooting. Gus does a roll, gets the revolver that he had planted in the laboratory, shoots. He shoots a few times, and he hit Lalo in the fucking throat. And he goes over to Lalo, and Lalo's chucking up blood, and he's just laughing, like, and he has this crazy, like, it reminded me of like some Joker type shit. He's just laughing. And that was the end of Lalo Salamanca after like a few seasons of Lalo being in Better Call Saul. Then you see Mike get rid of Howard's body. He had been dead right there. And it's funny because Jimmy tried to like get out of like his restraint on the chair. And once he fucking tips over, he's looking at Howard's dead body in the eyes. And it's funny because it's him facing like his consequences, like the consequences of his actions and shit. Mike gets Howard's body, puts it, they take all the food out of the refrigerator, puts him in the refrigerator, takes him out, and they fucking have him, they take his shoes and his wallet and his ring, and they plant his car on the beach, but they bury his body with Lalo in the laboratory where in Breaking Bad, Jesse and Walt, they fucking cook meth. That was a phenomenal episode. Literally word by word, that's how the story goes. In the second episode, and it was just crazy. It was just a phenomenal, like, I just couldn't believe. Like, I watched it 2 times. Once on the laptop and then on the TV. I might watch it again. In the second episode, it starts with Gus. Gus goes to Don Eladio's house, where Hector and the twins are there, and also Bolsa's there. Eladio tells him, you know, Hector's making some severe accusations, and Bolsa basically reads from the letter that Hector wrote that basically Gus killed Lalo, and Eladio is like, how do you respond? And Gus is like, I don't even know how to respond. Like what am I to respond to this bullshit? Eladio is like, you seen Lalo's burned body, right? And the twins, they say yes. Nacho, who had been like the snitch in the whole thing, well, they made it out for him to be a snitch, but actually Nacho was with Gus the whole time, but they made it look like he had got money from some Peruvians to kill Lalo and send sicarios over there, and they fake planted like a money wire transplant to Nacho's account. And Eladio was like, you found the account, the money, right? And then both sides like, yeah, or some shit like that. So basically, they couldn't prove that Gus had killed Lalo, even though he did, and he just covered his tracks really well, which is like another crazy detail, which I don't think in reality, I think they would have found something, like some shit like that, like building a secret lab with Germans and shit like that. It wouldn't have been realistic, right? But in the fucking show, which was fucking awesome how they put it out, Gus was, they had nothing on Gus. And basically, the conversation's over. Hector stays at Don Eladio's. Don Eladio is like, when I looked in your eyes, I seen hate. He's like, a little bit is good, but remember who the fuck is the boss, which I thought was awesome, which is, it just fuels more fire and it gives more reason for Gus to kill him in Breaking Bad the way that he did, which was awesome. Kim and Jimmy break up. Kim, she realizes like the severity of their actions. They go to Howard's funeral, where basically Howard's wife says, you know, he was never a drug addict. I don't know why people are saying he did drugs. I never seen him do drugs. And basically Kim and Jimmy have to reinforce their story. Kim tells Howard's wife that he's seen him in his desk. It looked like he was doing coke, which is fucked up. Like, looking at it, I was like, wow, like there is no end to like the fucking bullshit that Kim and Jimmy are gonna do together. But then later on, when Jimmy comes, Kim in the court, she's like, this is like my last case, like I have to go. And the judge is like, why? Like, this is your hearing that you wanted to do, that you pulled the strings for, and now you're gonna bounce. And he's like, yeah. Kim is like, yeah, because fucking I'm not gonna be a lawyer anymore, I'm retired or whatever. So that was like, wow, like why did she retire? And then it wasn't until that Jimmy comes home with her that she's like, I'm done being a lawyer. And he tries to kind of like, you know, we'll figure this out, we'll get you back on the board and all this shit. And he's like, nah, like I'm done with being a lawyer. Kim is like, you know, we're breaking up, like I don't want to do this shit anymore because I'm having too much fun. And she said that they're not good together. And it's crazy. Like it was a really like what the fuck moment, because you never saw it coming. A lot of people thought Kim was gonna die from the cartel or something. A lot of people thought something had to happen with Kim. Like she had to be out of the picture by the time Breaking Bad happens, but nobody knew how. So Kim basically breaks things off with Jimmy. Then we see Jimmy, you know, as the Saul Goodman we see in Breaking Bad. He has a prostitute in bed with him. He's taking calls right away. He's taking a shower while he's taking calls, getting ready. The prostitute takes her money in a Nutri-Grain bar, which I thought was fucking hilarious. Which is like, it makes it look like if it's like a repetitive thing that he does, like that's his routine. He wakes up with a prostitute in his bed. She gets paid. She gets her fucking breakfast. He goes to work. He's a fake handicap. He parks in the handicap spot, puts the fake handicap card on his car. He goes in where a bunch of clients are waiting to see him. And we see him at his desk waiting for the next episode, which is phenomenal to me because I didn't know how fast they had to glue everything together like they did. Out of all the seasons, it was really good character development, and just the sixth season, every episode is like, wow, now this is more so like from season 5 and before, it was kind of like Better Call Saul, but this season is kind of more so like how it's Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, like how it goes into the next series, which is Breaking Bad. Phenomenal. Awesome. I know I recapped like pretty much almost every scene, but I had to do it. It's just a phenomenal. If you haven't seen Better Call Saul, you got Better Call Serves and tell them that you're fucking up right now, because fucking amazing show. Upper Market Goods, I just started on Instagram. I just sold my first batch of chocolate walnut cookies to the homegirl at my work. So, you know, like, share, comment, subscribe. It's not a YouTube page. Fucking make sure you follow and like my posts on Instagram. I'm thinking about doing a TikTok under my Evil Emperor Serbs handle. I don't know if I'm going to do that. But we got Upper Market Goods up and coming with the cookies. I definitely need followers. I definitely need y'all to support, because I'm thinking about when this whole superstar shit, podcast shit is over, I'm definitely going to be an old man still baking cookies, because that's what the fuck I do. I love making chocolate chip cookies. And if you don't like chocolate chip cookies because you're allergic to something like that, well, guess what, bruh? Good for you, because this is the shit that I'm more passionate about. Upper Market Goods on Instagram. Follow, like the pictures. We're definitely going to be catering around the LAIE area. So if you're around the LAIE, don't forget to hit me on a DM if you want some cookies. We're selling half batches for $14, full batches starting at $25, and it only goes up from there, because I don't know if you like M&Ms or macadamia nut are probably the most expensive cookies that I'm going to be selling, or whatever you want. chocolate M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, raisins, milk chocolate, peanut butter. We can do everything. Dark chocolate, whatever you want. The world is yours. Desus and Mero broke up? Whoa, hold on now. I was watching the Mero on the My Expert Opinion podcast with Matt Hoffa. Pretty dope podcast. They're one of the more like shit talking shows that I've seen. Not really an interview. They're just talking all kinds of shit, which was pretty cool with me. Sometimes you need a break from like, well, when did this happen? And how did you feel about that? Mero was just up there and they were talking shit. He was telling shit about his history, being Dominican, growing up with straps and shit like that. So that was really dope. And it didn't occur to me, I'm like, why is Mero? Usually it's Desus and Mero, but that's when I did some digging and they broke up for whatever reason, allegedly. So, oh no, actually they did. They said they're pursuing solo interests, endeavors, or whatever the fuck. So, me personally, I like Mero a little better. Desus is kind of more so like, Mero broke it down that Desus was like a fucking computer nigga. That's what he said. He was just smart. And you could tell, like, when it comes to business partnerships between two people that haven't known each other for a long time, it's easy for them to walk away, bro. Like with anything, bro. Like whenever two people that don't have a strong bond, they could just leave that shit at any point, whether it's fucking, TV or just anything, making music. If you don't got a tight bond, you don't got a tight bond, and you don't gotta, But it is harder if you guys do have a tight bond, and then it's kind of like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? All this shit we did, we're homies, and it just ends like this. So I don't know. Peace and blessings to them. I seen Styles P go apeshit on a cop. He's like, yo, you a bitch, bro, and all this shit. Apparently they seen, I guess it was him and his wife or a girl he was with. They seen a girl get slammed by this police officer, and Styles P was going off. He was calling him a bitch. He was like, you a bitch. Like, you a bitch. And I was like, wow, bro. Like Martin Luther King right now, when Martin Luther King had a dream, the fucking dream was Styles P going off on a cop, bro, because that shit was awesome. Definitely don't recommend anybody saying that to any police. And Styles P even said that on an Instagram live he did after. Styles P basically was saying how he has like anger issues and shit, and you basically don't want to conduct yourself in front of the police, which you shouldn't. But he was saying, as a black man, enough is enough. We got to stand up, and that's what I've been talking shit about this whole time about school shootings or police brutality. You got to stand up. Maybe you shouldn't take it that far by calling the cop a bitch and all that, because they definitely could lock you up and say you were resisting arrest or whatever the fuck shit they could just stick on you. But we definitely do gotta stand up for our brothers and sisters in this world where where these kids are just fucking getting doped up on these drugs and shooting schools and shit like that. Like, enough is enough, bro. Like, we really gotta take action. It starts with you, bro. You get what I'm saying? TDE. Now, SZA's having some discrepancies with the label. I know Kendrick Lamar is already off the label, but something's going on, man. Business ain't all cracked up what it seems to be on the TDE side. I remember wanting to be signed by TDE. Now, I don't know about that. I think I want to be more independent, keep the independent route, because this shit doesn't seem like if it's cool 100% of the time. SZA tweeted like she was tired of it. And then I think Punch or somebody else was like, I'm fucking tired of this business or some bullshit like that. So hopefully, whatever it is that they gotta work out, they work it out amicably. You get what I'm saying? Joey Badass dropped 2000. I haven't heard it yet. Pitchfork gave it a 6.8, which is a pretty low score for Pitchfork. How I feel about it? Well, I feel like artists who try to get their old fans back, like, it's too late, bruh. He already went mainstream, tried to do the, was it Dedicated? Or I remember the day he dropped Dedicated, I was like, really? Like, that's when I was like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to Pro Era anymore. Now we on our way to greatness. Like, that shit, I was like, really, my nigga? Like, nah. I wasn't even really a fan of Before the Money, to keep it real. That was a long ass time ago. That was like at least, fucking almost 10 years ago. Or 8 years ago, whatever it was. But I feel like artists who try to get their old fans back, like, that's it, bro. Like, don't you can't be flip-floppity with your fans, bro. You can't be like, you know what, I'm gonna go pop and then say, hit the 360. Like, nope, now I want to do underground shit again. Like, nah, it doesn't really. You kind of gotta keep it both. Like, you kind of want to do like some underground shit while you do the mainstream shit. Kind of like me, where I feel like I do a really good job of doing the more popular triplet flow. Like, I'm doing that more, but I'm still doing like underground shit because that's what I like to do. I understand that you want to do poppy shit and you get tired of it and you want to do some shit that your original fans were doing, but then you get caught up in some shit because now you have a solid fan base that was known for you doing one thing, and then another solid fan base that's known for you doing more poppy shit. And those two worlds, like the Venn diagram, it gets like more further apart, and the fans that like both of them shits is like really like in the 1% type shit. I'm gonna listen to it, and maybe in the next podcast I'll break down a review of 2000 by Joey Badass. But I just feel like, it's too late, bro. Like, you guys already tried to do popular shit. You guys tried to do the trap sound, and obviously either it worked and you guys didn't like it, or it didn't work and you guys didn't like it. But now that you guys try to like, oh, this is 2000, it's part 2 of 1999, where all the old fans can come back. Like, nah, bro. It's just like, I've never seen this in an artist where they try to do their old shit after doing after years of doing this other popular mainstream sound, which I didn't like at all. I never heard Joey Badass on the radio, so it makes no sense that he tried to do a 360 on this shit. Toys R Us is making a comeback, but why though, bro? Toys R Us has been out of the business for a while now. I was sad that Toys R Us became fucking Walmarts everywhere, but Toys R Us, they're coming back. They're gonna come back with all the giraffes and the fucking Game Boy games and all this shit. When I was a kid, I remember going there and buying like Hot Wheels or some bullshit like that. But I don't know, Toys R Us, your time is came and gone, man. Your shit turned into Food for Lesses and Walmarts, bro. I don't know how you're gonna come back. I really don't. Oh, speaking of breakups, the Migos, supposedly they broke up. I don't know if Takeoff unfollowed or Offset or whatever it is, but it seemed like from what I understand, Takeoff and Quavo unfollowed Offset, or however it went. Either they're gonna be like a solo acts, or it's gonna be like Quavo and Takeoff, and Offset's just gonna do his own thing. But that's kind of sad, man. I really like Bad and Bougie. I really liked a few songs that they had. I don't know what it is. It's all kind of speculation. They asked Quavo what they thought, like if they broke up, and Quavo, he said no comment. So basically that means they broke up. In my opinion, I don't know. So shout out to them. Kid Cudi walks off of Rolling Loud Miami after he got water bottles thrown at him. And bruh, to be honest, A$AP Rocky was beating dudes up. They were beating dudes. The whole A$AP mob was beating dudes up at their shows for this shit, bruh. So I don't know how people could be fucking just assholes at shows, because y'all pay expensive money, bruh. Y'all pay $200, $300 to see these artists, and then y'all want to throw water bottles at them and fuck it up for everybody else. Y'all some dickheads. We keep it a buck. Y'all some fucking asswipes that is just dog shit. Dickhead motherfuckers that want to ruin other people's shit. I get, if you don't want to see the show, you don't like the artist, just walk away, bruh. Lil Durk was playing, from what I understand, at the same time. Bruh, just leave, bruh. You spent $300. You don't like the show? Okay, well, go fuck yourself then. Why do you gotta ruin it for everybody? It's like these school shooters. They hate the teachers. They shoot up the school and then they shoot kids. Like, what the fuck is that, bro? It makes no fucking sense. And Kid Cudi, he's hilarious. So if fucking one more person throws another fucking water bottle, I'm walking off this shit. I'm completely serious. Somebody throws a water bottle, drops the mic, he leaves. That shit was hilarious. And then supposedly everybody, Dirk was playing, so everybody went to Dirk's show, where Kanye was playing, and a lot of people were saying that Kanye was the one throwing water bottles. The internet is undefeated when it comes to funny shit, bruh. I swear, bruh. The internet has no shortage of jokes. Kanye was masked up in there in the Donda shit and the ski mask, throwing water bottles at Kid Cudi. Then he runs over to Lil Durk. I don't know if this was planted. If Kanye did plant the water bottle throwing at Kid Cudi's event, that's some bitch shit. I really don't fuck with that shit, but you know, it's not that serious. But who knows, man? Who really fucking knows? That's some trash shit, though. I mean, at that point, I'd be like, you know what? Y'all paid your money. I got paid my money. Goodbye. To be honest, though, if I was performing, it could go either two ways. Either I'd be pissed and walk away, or I just get the water bottles and start throwing them at fans and make the shit even more lit. Because you either gotta, it's either fight or flight. You know what I mean? You either just bounce amicably like Kid Cudi did, or you just get this shit turned up. You get it fuel for the fire, and then you because this is the thing. What Kid Cudi fucked up at is now people are talking shit about him because he walked off stage, where it could have been he got water bottles thrown at him on the stage, and fucking he could have been making it more lit, and it could have been like, you know what, Kid Cudi is fucking dope because even in adversity, he still found a way to make a great show. That's just my opinion. Not everybody has the same idea or mindset. You know, when you're touring 24/7, you just want every show to go smooth, and you know, when some dickhead shit like that is happening, you're like, that's it, bro. I'm done with this shit. I don't want to fucking deal with this shit. So, with that, man, you better call Serbs, you know what I mean? Get at your boy at 1-800-PALACE-81. This is the God's Hour.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil lay inside your box now while the angels fly over my headstone.